Howdy gangsters, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the show that is called This Channel. Wonderful. I'd like to start off with maybe some good news, at least good news for me, but why not acknowledge it offhand, or right off the bat. I mean, new subscribers. I've gotten 2 new subscribers. That's exciting. I had to go back into see if I've worn this shirt in recent episodes, and saw that I had a couple new. That first subscriber, I don't know if you should really say somebody's name, subscriber name. I don't want to oust everybody. Then again, I'm subscribed to probably 50 channels, and 30 of which are useless, or I never really watch them. Having said that, I do appreciate it. Let's probably just do half of the names or something like this, but I appreciate it. Nathan, thanks for moving into my number 5 spot again. I came down from 5 and now we're back. That would be I believe, if I haven't forgotten, it would be really rude and embarrassing if I forgot that I've already reached 5. But no, I don't think it happened. And excited. I didn't check the analytics, and I promise not to ever check analytics in the future. And then we have an Edward. He's a person that does adventurous things. So he's a specific Edward. Thank you as well, Edward. Feeling so popular. I should be just popping off the popping out the content and whatnot. We'll see what happens. Where do I start? Thanks for checking it out. Thanks for tuning in again if you have. I know people aren't regularly tuning in. Last week I got 2 views, so not to mention how I want to mention this. My average watch time is something like 1 minute and 40 seconds. So I do appreciate it, especially if you got past all this already. Okay, I don't know. What did I want to talk about? Sort of mulling over things and forgetting things, and just really just turn the camera on and jibber jabber, blabber about nothing. Is the no gimmicks is the theme of the vlog. And if we want to argue that it's a show as well, then it could be a show. I didn't really bring much to the table, and I couldn't really off the top of my head setting up here. Quick, easy setup now, but I couldn't really think of anything that might have happened in the news or that struck me as something that kind of rings bright, loud as some sort of topic I could bring up. Except maybe, if you wanted to, we can get into the death of cinema. Is it really dead, and do we really care? A lot of the theme underneath this show, or vlog, is if I do feel like talking about anything, which I should probably, sort of break the ice with how my week's been going, maybe ask you how yours has. And I always say, if you don't feel like I'm being genuine, or if I don't think that you feel like I'm being genuine, comment how your day was. No, I promise to respond. How about that? The undercurrent of the vlog here is we don't really talk about things that we don't really care about. And I want to obviously promote doing your own little vlog, especially if you're trying to get into the industry that I'm trying to get into. I wouldn't appoint myself as a comedian just yet. Maybe get a freaking gig or something first. However, been out there. I mean, I only did it once again this week, and I mean, sort of kicking ass, I suppose. I would hope that if I could think of things and write them down and then later get back to them and rewrite them and maybe tighten them up and fit them together and stuff, that eventually I could get a pattern where maybe people think that what I'm saying is entertaining or funny or something. So, you know, I'm batting more than I'm striking out these days. Okay, moving on. But again, needing to get into maybe twice a week, that would be at least showing signs that I'm not just licking my wounds all the time. So maybe we'll do that in the near future. I know I bring it up a lot. I apologize. I might go out tomorrow night and you know, get another set in. All right. So I had some things I wrote down, but there wasn't really much. Do I really want to get this stuff out of the way? Once again, if you feel like it, I mean, you know, if you want to, please comment the most random, I mean, you know, not necessarily. I've gotten random comments before. Do we waste our time? You know what I'm saying? The don't waste your time theme being applied there. No, so I don't know. What was I going to say? I'm going to maybe just move into some fun I've been having. I haven't been playing basketball in the last 3 months. I haven't re-picked up skating any longer than whatever that session was. You can kind of see my skateboard in the background. If I move correctly here. It's like an opposite window that I have when the screen is recording you, and I wish I could flip it, but I don't really pay attention to it that much. All right, but I've been playing some chess. I mean, you know, carried over from the pandemic, got into it a little bit. You realize it's pattern recognition, and how fun is that? And then it turns into memorization games where you're memorizing openings and stuff, and how fun is that, right? So shouldn't anybody, if you're gonna go down that, I mean, at least chess is a little bit social, but if I'm going down those paths, those two roads, wouldn't I just be interested in math or something? I suppose there's a social aspect, but I'm certainly not playing against actual people, and if I did, I'm sure I would embarrass myself. This young guy used to bring chess to a nearby social spot nearby my place, and I would visit. And I got an invite from a guy at a bar not too long ago. I mean, I hate to bring up actual real life people as if but I didn't end up texting him. He has a girlfriend. I mean, do I want to make friends with a guy who has a girlfriend? Eventually it seems to turn out that I'm dating him and her or whatever. You get the vibe, right? Do you get the point? I mean, I'm not going to say vibe as much these days. Ooh, I'm tired of the word. So, but anyway, I just wanted to share my accomplishments with you on the chess. I am reflecting how bad I look for the most part, depending on if you're as up to this FIDE rating level. It's more like a chess.com rating. But my rating is somewhere around 1100, I think, at highest, I think. But I've beaten a bot on the chess app from chess.com, and I wanted to share that with you. I beat him 3 stars, which means it's a complete, I didn't have any help of any kind, and I'm excited to say I beat Nelson back in the day. Now, getting back into it now, he's a rough mother effer, and I'd like to pick up where I left off because he's one of those guys, the really attacky type of guy. And I think you have to pay money if you want to, go down the line and try and beat somebody a little bit better who plays a different style, and then the next guy who plays a little bit better and a little bit different of a style, which I'm not trying to unlock all these extra features. So it's him or it's 6 people better straight down the page. And I'll never beat that guy. We'll see what happens. All right. And then I did peek at my notes, but I'm going to peek again before we get out of here. Looking at the time, I realized nothing's been accomplished, huh? We didn't talk about anything. Well, let's see if my next note is much of anything in terms of content. No, and I actually don't want to talk about it, looking at it again. So maybe just filling myself in for the most part on how I'm doing. Hope you guys are doing well. We'll look at the time and then we'll get out of here. I can't, I'm most interested in science and whatever other like 3 or 4 podcasts I listen to, and I can't remember a science story, but we are already deep into this thing. Nothing has been accomplished. I haven't even made much of a joke besides some self-deprecating humor, I suppose. Well, I suppose we'll leave it short and sweet this week. I went too long last week, so there you go. I'd rather not go on for over my time or anything, or for too long for that matter. Okay, all right, enough's enough. Too much of me, I agree. Thanks again for the subscriptions. I can't wait to do next week, perhaps. I'm sure there'll be more. I'll be more inspired and there'll be more things to talk about. Okay, all right. Kick ass out there. Don't let me down, meaning bring me down or keep me at your level, whichever one you prefer. Cheerios. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time.